Hi, my name's Andy Huckridge and I'm with Gigamon. We're a vendor of monitoring equipment, a visibility fabric that helps service providers to get an idea of the problems on their network, to get an idea of where the traffic's coming from, where the traffic's going, and to be able to fault find, debug, and de-risk the deployment of new technologies. So I'm going to draw a diagram which explains the problems with analytic tools that service providers are having at the moment. Takes into account growing traffic, processing throughput, as well as big data. So let me get on that. So here's an axis, and on that axis we have the ARPU per bit that's declining, the average revenue per user per bit. Now what that says is that as time goes on, operators have to buy bigger and bigger pipes. They have to make investments in the network, but they're not necessarily getting any return on that investment. They're not necessarily getting any more revenue from the subscriber for these bigger pipes, for these higher cost pipes. Now, we all know that big data is rising, and it's rising exponentially. So if you look at the Cisco VNI report, or even if you look at the Ericsson report, then essentially traffic's doubling every year to 18 months. Now, the problem comes when you look at tool processing throughput. So tools, analytic tools, are not able to process as much data to match the big data scale, the big data curve. So there's a problem. And the problem is how to solve this issue, how to allow the ability, or how to help the ability of tools to match the amount of traffic that's being offered to the network through big data. So if you take a look at the cost of tools, so I'll draw another sub-axis over here. A 1 gig tool, analytic tool, used to cost about $10,000. A 10 gig tool costs about $100,000. Now already we can see that there's no cost of scale benefit in going from 1 gig to 10 gig. You may as well just buy 10 gig tools, 10 1 gig tools. And actually it was a step backwards because the 10 gig tools couldn't process at line rates. They could maybe process at 6, 7, or 8 gigs. So you're actually better off with 10 1 gig tools. Now, when we go forwards a little bit further and we look at 40 and 100 gig tools, 40 gig tools we think are going to come in around about $400,000. And a 100 gig tool, if it ever exists, is going to come in around about $1 million per tool. So ask yourself this question: if you're an operator watching this video, how are you going to buy a 1 gig tool to process a $1 million tool to process 100 gigs of traffic when your ARPU per bit is dropping off? And this is the problem that operators are facing, and this is what Gigamon solves today through our visibility fabric, allowing you to get access to more data across your network, optimizing the data, reducing down the amount of data, enhancing the tool throughput, the processing throughput, as well as solving, frankly, a lot of your problems, a lot of your nightmares today about trying to work out how to afford the tools of the future. Use a network packet broker or a visibility fabric instead. Thank you.